You can call me stupid, yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy, you can say I'm weak.
Hey, good evening, my friends. What's going on? Hope everybody's having a good evening. Sorry for a little bit of a late post, but I wanted to chat about this because I thought it was a pretty interesting day. Today the market was just dead. I mean, I can't even count how many trades. Look at this. $100 loss, $100 loss, $181 loss, $130 loss, $120 loss, small losses, and that's part of the game, right? We want to have trades that are, big wins, and then we want to always be really tight risk. And so it's okay to lose. It's even okay to lose a lot and have a small win ratio as long as your reward to risk ratios are awesome. But this is typical of summer trading. But we caught a good trade at the end of the day in this Tesla, and I thought it was kind of a fun thing because I'll remember this forever. I follow Elon Musk on Twitter because he's an interesting dude, right? He always tweets kind of cool stuff, and I've read a couple of his autobiography, or not autobiography, but his biography by Ashley Vance. I thought was really interesting, and so I followed him for a long time. And he had posted kind of in the middle of the day, am considering taking Tesla private at $420, funding secured. And Elon Musk is like known for roasting short sellers. And one of the things with Tesla is that it's got like it's one of the most heavily shorted stocks in the market, at least out of large cap stocks. And so like if you go on like shortsqueeze.com, you'll see like the short percentage of float is really quite incredible. There's a lot of shares short, right? So like float is the number of shares outstanding that can be traded on the market, right? So like on any given day, how many shares are really available to be traded? And that's kind of what your float is in layman's terms. And so your short percentage of float is like how much of that float is betted on going down, right? How much of that float is betting on it to go down? And so because Tesla doesn't make any money, people are always betting on it to go down, which is understandable, right? Companies should make money, but it's also, look, I mean, guys trying to start a whole new industry, right? And so maybe certain metrics don't apply. I've always noticed over the years that, when you deal with kind of these genius founders, whether they make money or not, they know how to make these things go, right? And Elon Musk is really the same way. He's roasted short sellers for like literally the last 4 or 5 years. Anytime they start creeping up and getting on his nerves, he knows how to squeeze them. And so what a short squeeze essentially is when you get a lot of people that are leaning one way, shorting it, and then some type of news or some type of breakout sparks, and then you have all those people that have to cover, right? And so that's buying interest, because when you have to cover, you have to buy to cover. And so, we were sitting around trading, we were sitting around doing really nothing all day because there wasn't much action going. And, that news came out and it was really off to the races. You could see this thing just got smoked like to the upside. It went from 340 over to 370. So that's just like all these shorts kind of coming in, right? Well, first there's buying interest, of course, but then when short sellers cover, that's just right raising the buying interest times a few, and you could see the big volume spike here. And we ended up with a decent trade on it. Essentially what I did was just a really easy kind of VWAP trade. We talk about VWAP quite a bit, and oftentimes what I'll do is like if I miss an opening run on something where like something has like a big spike like this, because I don't want to chase a stock, right? So like if I have news out and I can't catch the news early, and you can catch the news early, like if you use a news scanner like a Benzinga Pro or Trade the News, those are really good news scanners. You'll get the news immediately when they come out. You can set alerts to it and all that kind of stuff. Right now I'm in Dallas getting ready for our live trading boot camp that I'm going to be doing in person. So I'm just on my laptop. I don't have really too much gear open. I'm just trying to make a few good trades a day and grind it out. But you can use a news scanner, but if you don't do that and you miss the opening move, that's okay. One of the things I like to do is, VWAP is a nice area to kind of like have like a deeper pullback. So, as this thing ran up to 371, it started to pull back right back to that VWAP area. And usually what will happen is like once it starts to hold there, you start to get some candles starting to hold here. you can long this thing. And so, we ended up taking this thing for, a decent long over here as it started to, round out, and then ended up breaking this trend line. I actually sold into this spike. It got halted later. I wish I would have kept some because, it ended up getting into 380s. But, that was just like really kind of a nice, easy, 10-point rip on, when we started trading this. And so I took a couple trades on it too because it spiked back and pulled up. But that's a really, really simple strategy. Oftentimes I'll do a hunt like during the afternoon for like afternoon news, or seeing like if something just came out like in the middle of the day, that kind of random spike on a news play. And then what you're doing is essentially you're just using the same strategies that you would be using at the open. As you guys know, right, when we trade the open, there's 3 trading patterns that we typically do. ORB, quick pullback by red to green, green to red, or some type of flags. And so, if you're getting that opening, you're getting that midday spike, go into your opening setups and act like that spike is the market open, like this is a gap, right? Like, so it's 9:30 a.m. and this is the spike. And then what you want to do is, treat it like it's fresh, like it's the open, and you'll be able to kind of extract the profits and stuff on these kind of late day news plays. And I've actually made 4 or 5 videos on this in the past. If you go through some of my trading videos on how to trade like that kind of late day news play, because I've done it quite a bit, and it's a good setup. So I hope that helps, and I'm looking forward to our hangout. So beyond just having 15 people for kind of our 6-day in-person, all intense kind of mentoring session, I think we're having like a couple days where we're just doing like a hangout with some of my students that are in Dallas that just want to pop by and grab some beers and chit chat about stocks. So if you're in the area, you let me know. Get in contact with one of my guys, and I'll give you the deets on where we're going to be and what we're doing. These guys are already all out and about, getting boozed up, like it's a vacation. But some of us got to be here and work, right? And spread out the news to our people, how to trade this stuff. I'll see everybody in the morning at our pre-market show, and we're going to get this party going.